Hi again folks, Sam from Arturia here, introducing you to an essential effect that's new with Pigments 3. It's the Multiband Compressor, and in this video I'll show you how it works and why it deserves your undivided attention. Let's go. In principle, a multiband compressor isn't too different from how a typical compressor works, but when it comes to precision, a multiband compressor offers unparalleled control over the whole compression process, producing mastering-ready sounds that will effortlessly cut through your mix. Once you hear it in action, you'll realise how much of a difference it makes. Let's take a look. To use the multiband compressor, go to the Effects tab at the top of the interface and add it to a free effect slot. Now let's have a listen. We'll check out this sequence with and without the multiband compressor. Totally different sound. Notice how it sounds stronger, richer, and right in your face. The reason it makes such a difference is because it splits the sound into 3 frequency bands, which can then be compressed and boosted separately. So let's break the effect down to understand what it really does to the sound. The multiband compressor's basic features don't really differ from a standard compressor. You have typical settings such as input and output gains, attack and release time controls, and an amount that sets the balance between the wet and the dry signals, allowing for parallel compression. Now let's look at the differences. Besides splitting the sound into 3 frequency bands for individual processing, each band features 2 compression methods, above and below. Both methods can be used simultaneously, each having its own threshold and ratio settings. While the above method will apply compression when a band's signal level goes above a certain threshold, the below method will apply upward compression when the signal level falls below a set threshold, boosting the signal. Now that we understand the basics, let's explore how to adjust the multiband compressor to suit our needs. The 3 columns represent each frequency band: low, mid, and high. These columns are also divided into 2. The upper part represents the above compression, and the lower part, as you might have guessed, is the below compression. The band's peak levels are indicated on each column by a level meter. As with a typical compressor, the amount of compression is determined by the threshold and ratio settings. We can adjust the thresholds by dragging the column's boundaries and the compression ratios by dragging inside each column. Now we're going to apply above compression to each band. Because each band has its own thresholds, a frequency peak will only affect its own band. For example, if we want the compression not to affect our sound's low frequencies, we can simply raise the low band's threshold. And that's the core idea behind multiband compression. Now that we know how above compression works, we will use below compression to boost the sound's low frequencies. For that, we will raise the low band's below threshold and then increase its ratio. Bands' frequencies can be adjusted to accurately isolate specific components of our sound. The frequency setting under the low band sets the crossover point between the low and the mid bands, while the setting under the high band adjusts the crossover point between the mid and high bands. Bands can be turned off for dual or single band compression, and dedicated output gain controls let you adjust the band's balance, or compensate for gain loss as a result of a strong compression setting. To sum it up, you have individual control over each band's compression, crossover frequencies, and levels. You can disable bands you don't need, use both above and below compression methods, or just stick to the above method for a classic compression approach. Experiment with the settings to find your ideal compression, use the built-in presets for an instant response, and check out the in-app tutorials to guide you through the process in real time. Alright, that's it for this episode. The multiband compressor is a fantastic tool that can seriously enhance any sound and improve every aspect of your mix. And when used creatively, it can reveal a variety of colours and textures you might otherwise miss. So make sure to drop us a thumbs up, and if you'd like to learn more about Pigments, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.